Welcome to another episode of the Part of My Back Show. Me, your host, Sebastian West. Follow me on Instagram @_Sebastian West, where you check out my artwork in all of its splendor. If you don't like what I'm kicking, like what I'm spitting, just know when you tune to this, the cloth is different. Cabrini. Had no idea what this film entailed. I saw like a trailer. I saw two trailers that I didn't know that this was the story behind Cabrini University and things. I had no idea they were talking about this particular woman who was very impactful, as I'm beginning to learn from this film. It was very educational and informative about Cabrini. Kudos, salute to the director who also is directed Sound of Freedom. Salute to him for that. And he came back with this. This is a nice 2-pack. He got a nice little 2-pack he's rolling with. These two films are good films. Salute to Angel Studios. Man, they cooking with grease right now. Let's just be honest. They're cooking with grease with these two particular films. They're cooking with grease. And they did, also they're responsible for the film The Shift. They're cooking with grease right now. You're on to something. So Cabrini, an Italian woman who's setting out to change the world, have some sort of an impact on the world. She was a nun who, her mission was to, I guess, protect the immigrants, kind of protect and give them something like healthcare and, living conditions to help them. Like she was in I guess her mission was to do so. Like besides just being over in Italy, just being a nun, she wanted to move further into actually to help the world. So starts off with her, going to, I think, the Archbishop, is that what they call it? The Archbishop, and letting him know this is her idea. Is he for it? Is he against it? He said, okay, goes to New York and speak with, I think, other bishop or something like that. Talk to him and go from there. So she goes there. He's apprehensive, due to shaking the tree about things that could take place. So meets with him. He's apprehensive. Her first encounter with New York is once again from the door. You see poverty. You see, the streetwalkers. You see people living in, I guess, these conditions that she can only imagine. It didn't sit well with her, which further kind of gave her the drive to change things. She go to New York, meets a harlot. Harlot's like, listen, you can stay here overnight, but in the morning you got to go. You got to go because the pimp ain't having it. My man ain't having it. He's running a business here. You know what I mean? You can't sleep here for free. He need that. Like, he need the money. She see these 3 little kids, sleeping in an abandoned building the next morning, and she's met with racial slurs, and they're telling her to go back, and yet still she never gave up. She's like, yo, we're gonna set up shop in New York and we're gonna change some things here. Things started to take place there. I'm gonna fast forward. She's meeting with different people trying to get loans and grants and money. Everybody's telling her no, because what I like they displayed is that the pigment of one's skin, it doesn't exclude them from racism, sexism, and classism and things of that nature. It doesn't exclude them from that, and this film displayed that. Like, you think that because people that has a natural tan are the only ones that are subjected to some form of prejudice or racism, and this film, showed that that is not the case. That the Polish, the Irish, they were all subjected to racism and prejudice, and they can have the same pigmentation as someone else, but because they're not in these particular positions of hierarchy, they still get treated less than. I like that it showed that. And salute to them for getting an actual Italian actress, and salute to, what's her name? Christina Dell'Anna? Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Salute to her for them she did a heck of a job. She looked just like the lady too at the end of the film. You saw the picture, she looked just like her. So it showed that, she had this something was wrong with her lungs, so they gave her a life expectancy of a few years from that when she was diagnosed. She ended up living to 65. Everybody was against her. I mean, it was, they were telling her, go, you don't belong here because you're a woman. Everybody's against her. The mayors, the police, they shut down her fair. She had a fundraiser, like a fair and whatnot, just to raise money to give back to the community. They arrested her, took the money, you know, telling her you got to go back. Like but she didn't take no for an answer, and I appreciated that. I appreciate them showing, you know, the trials and tribulations, and they didn't sugarcoat it. So salute to them for that. When you get a chance, the opportunity, check out Cabrini and do some research. It showed that before she died, she did accomplish what she wanted to. She has like facilities all over the world. Cabrini University, she has all of them are ran by women too. She took like her and her sisters. When I say sisters, I'm not saying biological. Her and some sisters, and they basically took over New York, and it moved on and spawned to places in China, all over the world. She has, you know, Cabrini has an impact on the world, which is good. And it's rare, you know, you get to see something, you know, forming that fashion. I was shocked. It didn't shock me that the Catholics weren't really rocking with it, for real. Like, that did not surprise me at all. Like, it's like, you know, just be a nun, stay in your place, shut up. It didn't surprise me that they weren't rocking with it. But I'm glad to see that. It's crazy that after she dies, now they're recognizing her with so much praise. You know what I mean? It's always, people love you when you die. And they don't appreciate you when you're here. Some did, but majority of the time, they don't appreciate, you know, you enough when you die. So, man, you get the opportunity to check out Cabrini. It's an awesome film. Good acting. Very informative, very educational. Cabrini gets a 9 out of 10 to me. I suggest, you know, people go check it out, man. That's it. Go check out Cabrini. Alright? You want to change up the mundane cinema and the mundane films, go check out Cabrini. It's a good history lesson. Okay? If you don't like my reviews, come in some slack if that ain't good enough. Pardon my back. A slow run is better than no run. What's meant for you ain't gonna miss you. And always remember, let all things be done decently and in order. I'm up out of here, man. Like, share, subscribe. Salute.